Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our second and last pre-final of the 2018 B&L Rotax Golden Trophy here at Karting Genk, home of champions in Belgium. My name's Alex Goldschmidt, your event commentator, and your lineup for the next 10 or 14 minutes plus an additional lap. It's DD2 and DD2 Masters. We have Daniel Mahacek and Zandar Przyblak on the front row. Well, I see that there's a slight change there with Alexander Vermeulen showing up there, but he's got no time on it. But it's Daniel Mahacek, Zandar Przyblak, Piotr Wisnicki, Jason Kurtzi, Piotr Wisnicki with Antti Olikainen from Finland being the DD2 Masters pole sitter. We've then got Roni Götler, Slavomir Moransky, Karol Jurmanovic, Gilles Puellings running out the top 10. Barry Pullinger and Michael Becker ran out row number 6. Karl Klerbot and Tommy Helfinger round out row 7 ahead of Timo Haug and Luke Schiepers. Christoph Adams and Laurens Seifried row 9. William van der Kaaj and Nick van Vught make it a Dutch row 10. Then we have Steve Bull, Madeleine Radney on row number 11. Tamsin Germain and Emil Kerimovs are on 24th and 25th respectively, or 23rd and 24th. Then we have Mark Lupfer, Alexander Derlinger, Euripides Hatzistefanis, Imke Arts, Ilya Aloskins, Thomas Wilczynski as well. We've got one car already off, and that is the number 680, which is Dmitry Ostrovsky, who was due to start on 33rd position behind Maxim Shaposhnikov. Then we also have Gatis Vitos and Tom Dessert from Belgium rounding out the 17 rows. So 14 minutes plus one additional lap for our second and last pre-final of the 2018 B&L Rotax Golden Trophy, brought to you by the team at Karting Genk and the B&L Karting organisation. Details to follow very soon in the coming weeks about the 2019 B&L Karting Series season. With me is their dedicated commentator, as well as helping with the social media aspect via Facebook and also the YouTube channel. But we are about to get underway for 14 minutes plus an additional lap here with DD2 and DD2 Masters set to get underway. The red lights are on the starting gantry. Do we get the green light? No, we don't. We get a full start. So it's another formation lap here at Karting Genk. So, top 15 is Mahacek, Przyblak, Wisnicki, Kurtzi, Druring, Olikainen, Götler, Moransky, Jurmanovic, Puellings, Pullinger, Becker, Klerbot, Helfinger and Haug. That is your top 15. 14 minutes plus an additional lap in the DD2 and the DD2 Masters pre-final. Mahacek is your pole sitter in DD2. Olikainen in 6th position is your DD2 Masters pole sitter. So the sun continues to beat down here at Karting Genk, home of champions here in Belgium, and it was 8 degrees Celsius. We are still at 8 degrees Celsius, or 47 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity of around 82%, a 3 mile an hour or 5 kph wind, depending on your use of measurement. Whether you are in the US, the UK, or whether you're in Europe. So hopefully we'll have a second try and get the action underway for DD2 in full throttle racing with the Rotax Raw accompanying it around the hallowed halls here of Karting Genk. They're now starting to form up a lot quicker as they go through turn number 10, which then puts them into the last sector of the track. So Mahacek and Przyblak, that is your front row. Behind them it is Wisnicki and Kurtzi, Druring, Olikainen, Götler, Moransky, Jurmanovic, Puellings, Pullinger, Becker, Klerbot, Helfinger, Haug, Schiepers, Adams, Seifried, van der Kaaj rounding out the top 19 with Van Vught, Nick van Vught rounding out the top 20. We're about to get the action underway here. DD2 and DD2 Masters set to go into battle for 14 minutes plus an additional lap. Do we get the red lights going out? Yes, we do. And Mahacek gets mugged on the start down into 3rd position as Przyblak uses the outside to his advantage to get in front of the rest of the field. Looks like Wisnicki might have gone through with, but we'll see as the entire field of the competitors get their get safely through at the moment. There's a little bit more battling further down the order. Nearly 3 wide. It is 3 wide. Nearly 4 wide, in fact, heading into turn 7. We know that's never going to happen, especially with the DD2 and the DD2 Masters category. I've seen it before where 3 in Micromax have tried to gone through, and it's never happened as Daniel Mahacek pounces and goes through back into second position. So, leaders come round. Shiblak leads. Mahacek in second. Let's see how the rest of the field measures up as they come across the start-finish line. Jason Kurtzi from South Africa is now up into third position ahead of Wisnicki. Olikainen is leading in DD2 Masters, currently fifth at the moment. There's a bit of barging. Looks like Gilles Brellings is getting a bit racy there with the elbows out. With the likes of Barry Pullinger as well from the UK. So at the moment the order is as follows. Shiblak leads, Mahacek, Kurtzi, Wisnicki, Olikainen, Druring, Gertler, Moransky now up into 8th, Jomanovic 9th, Prellings and Pullinger round out the top 11 drivers here. With only 2 DD2 Masters, well, 2 Masters drivers, Olikainen in 5th, Moransky in 8th, and next after that is Michael Becker from Germany in the 688, currently circulating in 12th position. Leaders are about to come around the final couple of corners, with Shiblak being chased down, I must say, by Daniel Mahacek, who's taken 3/10 and fires it up the inside on Shiblak going into turn 2, and the Austrian makes the move stick, but the Belgians quickly on the hot foot to attack as they go through turns 3, 4 and 5, now into the right-hander at turn number 6 before the long blast down the back straight. So Shiblak will have the advantage and fires it down, but can't get close enough to go up the inside of the Austrian going into turn number 7. A little bit further back we've got great battles for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th position. So a 5-cart train, but it's going to be a 4-cart train at the front of the field because you have Shiblak, Mahacek, Kurtzi, Wisnicki up there at the top 4. Olikainen probably still leading the... well, no, it's not. Olikainen now drops down into what is effectively 6th position, as Pascal Druring from Germany has got past, and right on the back bumper of Druring, well, Gertler's also got past Olikainen, so Olikainen now into 7th position. Jomanovic has got past Moransky for 8th place. Meanwhile at the front, this is how hot it's going to get at the front of the field, because you've got 2 extremely competitive and well-accredited DD2 Masters drivers, DD2 drivers in the form. Well, that's a nice move by Wisnicki up the inside of Jason Kurtzi for 3rd position going into turn 3. Nice work by the Polish driver, but at the front of the field at the moment you have got, now is that Mahacek? Yep, still leading the way. So Mahacek leads from Shiblak. Wisnicki 3rd. Jason Kurtzi from South Africa in 4th. 5th it's Pascal Druring. Gertler in 6th. As the DD2 and DD2 Masters field go through the timing beam. Wisnicki up into 3rd. Kurtzi, Druring, Gertler, Olikainen, Jomanovic, Moransky. Barry Pullinger from the United Kingdom now up into 10th position. Fastest lap of the race so far, Daniel Mahacek, who is still leading and has extended that gap over Zander Shiblak to around 0.2 of a second, was a little bit more down the straight, but the Belgian was able to close up in the corners. So it's not just about having the straight line speed here at Karting Genk, you also need good brakes, and if you can brake late and do a Daniel Ricciardo, that will stand you in good stead at certain points on this particular circuit, especially turns 1 and 2, turn 9, turn 7. And also coming around the final couple of corners, you get a real good toe coming down the start-finish straight. So Mahacek continues to lead. Shiblak nearly 0.4 of a second adrift. Wisnicki goes slightly faster than the 6:22 on a particular lap. Now 1 second adrift off the leader. Kurtzi a further 3.5 adrift. Druring, Gertler, Olikainen, Jomanovic, Moransky, Pullinger. Helfinger now gets past Gilles Brellings for 11th position. William van der Kaj up into 13th now, with Luke Scheepers and Lawrence Seyfried now up into 15th place. Christoph Adams now gets ahead of Michael Becker for 16th position. Tamsin Germain from the UK now up into 19th, which puts her 6th in the DD2 Masters running order. Kyle Cobalt, unfortunately, has actually retired from the race. Nick van Vught from the Netherlands also not taking any further part, has pitted the car. 8.5 minutes to go plus one additional lap in this 14-minute plus one additional lap pre-final. One of two pre-finals today, as we've got more overtaking. It's a good battle there for 5th and 6th position. I'm just wondering if Gertler has got past Pascal Druing for what is effectively 5th place. Meanwhile, Daniel Mahacek from Austria is extending the gap between himself and Zander Schublak. So Schublak already qualified for the grand finals of the B&L Karting Series finale around 3 or so weeks ago. Daniel Mahacek was close to doing so at the Rotax Max Euro Trophy season, but missed out by just a handful of points from Germany's Max Fleischmann. So Mahacek looking to make his intentions clear and saying, look, I can run with the best of them, and that's why he's come here to the home of champions, the B&L Rotax Golden Trophy. It's an opportunity, the last opportunity for anyone to get a chance to go to the 19th running of the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals in Brazil in just 3 weeks, as Schublak is being caught by Wisnicki. Wisnicki last time was over a tenth and a half quicker than the Belgian on that last particular lap, and is closing. It was just over 4 tenths on the last tour. It could be even closer than that now, as Mahacek continues to stretch the legs on the 630, heading into turn number 7. Barry Pullinger from the UK also looking to qualify for the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. He's currently in 8th position, so has moved up. Olli Kainen, Moransky and Helfinger, the top 3 in DD2 Masters, from 9th to 11th position respectively. So leading is still Daniel Mahacek from Austria, Zander Schublak from Belgium, Piotr Wisnicki, Jason Kotze from South Africa, Druring, Gertler, Jumanovic, Pullinger, Olli Kainen, Moransky. That's your top 10, with Olli Kainen still leading the DD2 Masters class, but only at the moment by less than 4 tenths of a second ahead of Slavomir Moransky. And we have 6 minutes and 22 to go on the clock, plus one additional lap in this race. Fastest lap of the race so far, Daniel Mahacek from Austria, 54.226 from the 630. So great work by the Austrian. Held off the advances of Martin Henkel-Mortensen at the 3rd round of the Rotax Max Euro Trophy at Speedworld in Brück an der Leitha in Austria in mid-August, when it was one of the hottest experiences I've had being at a racetrack at around 38 to 40 degrees Celsius. As there we go, the move now happens as Piotr Wisnicki gets past Zander Schublak for position, and looks like Zander is running on the Bill chassis. That looks to be the choice for the DD2 class for the grand finals in just 3 weeks time. So Wisnicki gets past, and now the Polish driver up into 2nd position, but Schublak is not letting him go and is keeping the Polish driver very, very honest. 5 minutes and 12 on the clock to go, plus one additional lap. 9.5 tenths of a second was the distance between 1st and 2nd last time around. Mahacek just getting on with the business at hand, just keeping out in front, just keeping the throttle pushed down at the right exact points, nailing the apexes, coming out the corners smoothly and progressively. And the gap now is 1.2 seconds between him and Piotr Wisnicki as Zander Schublak closes up on the Polish driver, coming into the braking zone into turn 1, really closing through turns 2 and 3. With Ronny Göttler from Germany getting past Pascal Druing for 5th place. So it's a German battle for 5th and 6th position, with Göttler currently leading that at the moment. Jumanovic from Poland in 7th, Barry Pullinger from the UK in 8th, Antti Ollikainen from Finland in 9th. Leading the DD2 Masters class from Slavomir Moransky by about 0.239 of a second at the moment. So Moransky just wants to get some good seat time, get some good practice in ready for Brazil. It doesn't matter where the practice happens, whether it's colder conditions or whatever, but as long as they get some seat time and get themselves prepared for what is going to be an absolutely pressure-filled cooker at Brazil in just 3 weeks, where everyone that has got there has qualified on merit rather than having an open invitation. And for those that want to keep an eye on the live timings and everything that's happening here at Karting Genk, you don't just necessarily need to go to our live stream or our live timing. You can go to the dedicated Rotax Racing app, free on both iTunes and Google Play. You can download it to your smartphone or your tablet and access it wherever you are, if you're on data or if you're on Wi-Fi anywhere in the world. And if you want to enter a competition, drivers, that's your entry point as well. You don't necessarily need to go through the official Rotax BRP website. So Manansky now takes the class lead in DD2 Masters from Antti Elikainen from Finland. So Manansky up into 9th. The gap between Daniel Mahacek and Piotr Wisnicki now climbs to 1.4 seconds, with Zandav Shublak a further 0.3 of a second adrift from the Polish driver, who's currently occupying second position. Jason Kurtzy doing a good run in 4th. The South African about 2.9 seconds off of the current leader of this DD2 Prefinal. And we also had another retirement as well in Kit from the Netherlands, and the 621 has also called it a day after 8 laps. So the running order at the moment: Daniel Mahacek leads from Piotr Wisnicki, Zandav Shublak, Jason Kurtzy, Ronnie Gertler, Pascal During, Karol Jomanovic, Barry Pullinger, Slavomir Moransky, Antti Elikainen, Tommy Helfinger, William van der Kaj now up into the top 12 ahead of Lawrence Seifried from Germany in 13th, Madeleine Radny from Sweden in 14th, Gilles Puellings from Belgium rounds out the top 15 drivers currently circulating at Karting Genk at the moment. Luc Schiepers from the Netherlands in 16th ahead of Christoph Adams from Belgium. Michael Becker from Germany. Well, Christoph Adams has gone past Luc Schiepers on that last particular lap and goes up into 4th position in DD2 Masters in this particular race. Michael Becker in 18th. Mark Lupfer in 19th. Tamsin Germain rounds out the top 20. Steve Bull in 21st. Timo Haug 22nd. Emil Kerimovs in 23rd. Euripides Hatzistefanis 24th. Ilya Aloskins in 25th. Alexander Vermeulen in 26th. Alexander Derlinger in 27th. Tomas Virzinski in 28th, Maxim Shaposhnikov in 29th, ahead of Gatis Vitols with Dmitry Ostrovsky and Tom Dessert rounding out the 32 that are still running around here at Karting Genk. Just over 60 seconds plus one additional lap to go here as there's more battling, and that's some great side-by-side action going through. Looks like at the back of it might be Barry Pullinger, I believe, from in the 607, and there's a nice move up the inside. Let's just see if I can keep my eyes on this battle at the moment, as it is getting very, very... yes, that is Barry Pullinger. He has made the move on Karol Jomanovic for position, so that means the Brit now goes up into 7th place behind Pascal Truing of Germany. So nice work by Barry to get a little bit further up the order, having started just outside of the top 10. 30 seconds on the clock to go. Leaders now coming round the final couple of corners as Daniel Mahacek is extending the gap between himself and Piotr Wisnicki, and the gap now is 1.727 seconds as we have 17 on the clock. So Mahacek hit the front and has never looked back over the last 14 or so minutes. And the timer is going to expire, so the next time Daniel Mahacek comes round to start another lap, it will be the last lap of this race as he comes down the back straight, heading into turn 7, nicely turns in there, applies the brake as keeping the car as straight as possible, turns in, kisses the apex, pushes it through turn 7. Nice work by the 630. So, time has expired, and it's now time for the final lap of the DD2 and the DD2 Masters pre-final here at the 2018 B&L Rotax Golden Trophy at the home of champions, Karting Genk in Belgium, as Daniel Mahacek now gets the last lap board. One more lap for the Austrian, and he goes and sets the 54 treble 2. Wisnicki in the penultimate the 2 tours ago did the fastest lap of the race with the 54.215. He's nearly 1.9 seconds behind the Austrian. Zandav Shublak in 3rd. Jason Kurtzy and Ronnie Gertler ran out the top 5. 5 different nationalities comprising of the top 5 drivers. Currently leading the way in DD2 Masters, it is Poland's Slavomir Moransky, as we are now onto the final lap. And it's pretty much around halfway around the track itself here at Karting Genk. Is Daniel Mahacek blasting his way out of turn 9 into the right-hander at turn 10, sweeps it through into turn 11. So, ladies and gentlemen, your pre-final for DD2 and DD2 Masters comes to a close as round the final colour corners comes Daniel Mahacek from Austria to take the checkered flag. Piotr Wisnicki from Poland second, Zander Schiblak in third, Jason Kirksey from South Africa in fourth, Ronnie Göttler and Pascal Druing round out the top six. For Germany, Barry Pullinger at the end of it all finished in seventh position, getting past Karol Jomanovic in 8th place with a fellow Polish countryman in the form of Sławomir Molański taking the DD2 Masters win here in the pre-final. Then we also had, rounding out the order, it's Antti Olikainen from Finland in 10th, second in DD2 Masters with Tommy Helfinger rounding out the top three in DD2 Masters in 11th position. William van der Kuijs from the Netherlands finished in 12th ahead of Christoph Adams, who took 4th in DD2 Masters, finishing 13th overall. Madeline Radby finished in 14th ahead of Germany's Laura Seyfried in 15th position. Gilles Sprellings from Belgium in 16th ahead of Michael Becker, another DD2 Masters driver in the top 20 in 17th position. Mark Lupfer, Luke Sheepers and Tamsin Germain round out the top 20 finishers. Steve Bull in 21st, Timo Harold in 22nd, Euripides Hatzistefanis in 23rd, Emil Kerimovs, Ilya Aloskins, Alexander Derlinger, Alexander Van Meulen, Thomas Wilczynski, Maxim Shaposhikov, Dmitry Ostrovsky, Gatis Vitos and Tom Dessert finishing the 32 strong drivers that completed the running order, with Imke Arts, Mike van Vught and Carl Klebort not completing the race in the DD2 and DD2 Masters pre-final here at the B&L Golden Trophy.